All right, good morning. Let's go ahead and start off the day in a good way. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 18th, and it is 6:30 in the morning. It is time to start the day. Ready for a good Tuesday?
It's Wednesday, boy.
I'm going to see if I can get her on that one.
Okay.
Get it because of the blood work day throwing everything off?
Yeah, no.
Guys, let's go ahead. Let's get to the bus stop. And then let's go ahead and let's get over to Publix. And we're going to make a modified version of the campfire meal at home.
Yes.
I call it a modified version because we're not going to use 20 pounds of aluminum foil.
No, I'm going to avoid the foil altogether.
Yeah, we don't have a budget for 20 pounds of aluminum foil that they
Plus,
use.
I don't think it's very healthy to be using foil, to be honest. But it's typical that people do in campgrounds.
Yeah.
My family did.
But guys, let's go ahead. Let's get going. And let's go have a great day.
Yes.
But first, is Lily ready for a good day at school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you tired?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get going, right?
Yeah.
Are we late?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's usual.
Let's go.
Okay, so here is what we need to do. First of all, we need to wake Tiffany up more.
Yeah, no.
Second of all, now we're going to go over to Publix, get the chicken, get the baby carrots, get the potatoes, the small little ones, and get an onion.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else?
Well, if you want tomatoes in it, but that's an option.
Oh, the little ones?
Yeah, I think that's what they did with Iris too. I've never seen that before though. But it was pretty good actually.
And how long are you going to have to put that in for?
It needs to be in the crock pot for, I think it's more than 4 hours. I have to look it up.
Okay. We'll have to figure that out so that way we can time it. Is it going to be after we get Lil?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in after, yeah.
Okay. But guys, let's go ahead. Let's get over to Publix. We're going to go back to Stony Brook West because the other one's not even open for a while. So let's go and do it.
Like and subscribe. In 10 minutes.
I know. But we've always done this. Or in the olden days, with we would actually have time to go over to Walmart.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't sell what we need.
And what's funny too is that we used to actually do this back in the day when I was selling cars. We would try to go early like this on days where I would close at 6 o'clock, hoping I would get done at 6, you remember?
Yes.
The only thing that I don't miss about my car selling days is I could work a morning shift, getting up right at 4:55, right when I'm about to walk out the door. And then I'm stuck there until 9 o'clock at night, hoping for an approval. That is the sucky part.
God, I remember those days.
Just for it to be a mini of like $250.
That was bad.
Yes. And in case you're not knowledgeable, okay, so basically the reason I say that's bad is because whenever you work in car sales back then, you were commission or you're based on volume. I was commission based, so basically I had a draw, meaning I owed the company money for working. I know that seems bizarre in American terms,
yeah.
But it was. That's how it was. And here's the deal, is that basically you had to make as much up in your commissions as what you actually were making in your hourly rate of working. Otherwise, the company could take it from your next paycheck. And that was called being in the bucket. If you got too far in, then they would fire you. Now, what's really sucky is that that one year, the last year that my company was owned by the Deerdoffs, is that I had a Christmas bonus that was reduced severely to like $75 because they had to take that and put it to my draw. But on my next paycheck, which arrived like a few days later, it was an amazing one, which made up for it.
It was.
Now the first Christmas, oh my god, that was really cool because we actually got a nice holiday party. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was nice.
Even you had a nice son.
Yeah. And you got a nice bonus that year too.
Yep.
It was actually really nice to work for the car company for a while there. And things just kept getting worse and worse.
Yep, and
as the
then,
company kept being sold.
Yeah, and that sucked.
Yeah. I think it was sold like 3 times while
Yep.
you were working there. That was ridiculous. In just what, a 5-year period? 7
Yeah,
maybe?
and then
I don't even know how long
I started out in car sales with the company, and then when another company owner took over, I was moved to a technical spot, basically just helping customers with their vehicles. And then I moved into IT manager because there was none. And it all worked out from there until they sold again. Those were the good old days.
And you were like demoted to a letter opener or something?
Yep.
Nah,
Because
it really was
basically
good at
they
first.
had an outside company for IT work. And after that, then I went to work with a small little company doing IT work before I moved over to dealer IT.
Yeah.
Got in contact with a friend of mine, JC. He got me an in, and
Yeah, dealer IT was the best job I think you've had. Yeah, it was amazing.
it really was. There was a lot of weird politics behind the scenes because we were owned by a parent company. But overall, they never bothered us really, and everything was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And the team and I, we always clicked. We were always doing good together. And honestly, it was one of the saddest days when we started to see that it was going to end.
Yeah.
But we didn't believe it at the time. And then later on, I went to Universal one day while everybody else was getting let go.
Dang.
And after that, I came back and was let go the next day, finding all my accounts disabled. That was so horrible. And one of my friends told me just to sit tight.
Yeah. I mean, our life was actually doing finally good.
And what was ridiculous is I actually started getting all kinds of credit programs set up. I was starting to set up payment plans to pay back creditors.
Yeah.
Stuff like that from years ago.
This is where we can finally get to the point where we can, you know, either buy a car or another car or even maybe start getting ready for a house.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have thought that that episode on the Daily Channel would have been that day. But you never know what life is going to throw at you around the corner.
No, you never know. Nothing's ever really promised.
Since that day, the only thing that I truly regret is not getting out of my mind about the whole remote IT work. I should have gotten that out of my mind and said, hey, look, the company, everything is in dire straits. Companies around the world are going back to office.
Yeah.
You need to get your crap together and go ahead and figure out Lil on Bus and start getting your stuff together.
Yeah, we should have done that back in February, yeah.
And that's also when I first thought about doing substitute teaching, but then I kicked the idea around and I was like, you know what, no, I really want to do remote IT still.
back up.
We're late to the party, but at the same time, we brought the bowl and we brought the first bag of candy.
Yes.
And now, it's time to go ahead and kick our life off in a better way and not let it get us down.
Yeah, because I think every time that when life beats you down, you make mistakes trying to pick it back up.
You do, and
You really
usually
do.
it's because of desperation.
Yeah.
Because you're desperate to get back up, get back where you were. And I had to get out of my head. First of all, IT companies are not paying $30-some odd an hour, and a lot for help desk roles like mine.
So some of them only paying like $15 to $17.
Exactly.
It's
I was
what
like,
the heck?
really? Was I overpaid?
Yeah. I was starting to think so. Oh,
But
man.
then I went, did a substitute teaching role for a day after doing some Uber Eats DoorDash. Enjoyed the heck out of the substitute teaching. And now I'm preparing for my subject mastery exam. My Part 104, I think it's called, for drone license. To be able to put drone content up here.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it feels humid.
Yeah, it's very humid today.
Now, like I'm drowning.
I know. I'm having a hard time right here. You probably can see it. It's hard to breathe.
I know. But that is where we are at in our life right now. School is going to be kicking up again. And also, come July 7th, if I want, the opportunity is there. I can re-interview with Universal.
Yeah.
The door was left open with them intentionally. Because if I wanted to go back and do that still, I could. And that's why I left on great terms.
That's what I say to people that complain that, oh, you need to get a job and everything. It's not like you weren't trying. It's just the jobs that you were trying to go for weren't there no more.
Yep.
And, you know, we made mistakes and you have to accept that.
And I think
We're
the
human.
other issue is that I came across, for every one actual authentic job listing, there was 20 to 30 that were scam or
Oh my
just
God, I
ghost
know.
listings.
That's just...
And no, you can't just go up to a door nowadays, knock on it, and say, hey, can I talk to your manager? I want to fill out an application.
You should be able to still, because at this rate, you just don't know online what's real and what's not. At least you know those stores and businesses are real.
Yeah, but the
Going up to
companies
them
just
and
tell
talking to a
you.
manager would be a better option.
I wish you could do that like
I
the
know,
old
I
days,
miss
but
that.
it sucks. So guys, let's go ahead. Let's get in the Publix. Let's get our dinner. You ready?
Yes.
But you know what?
My ear is hurting. It's
At
driving me
least
nuts.
I do have one great positive thing in my life. Do you know what that is? Do you? Well, aren't you a little
Yes, I am.
narcissist much?
Sure.
I was going to say my family. Meeting you and Lily.
Yes.
But let's get in the Publix. I feel like I'm like drenching
I
here.
know, it feels
I don't
like-
know why. It's
I
weird.
think it seems to be bothering my ears for some reason.
All right, guys. It is 7:04. Let's get in the Publix and let's get our dinner. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Wow. That is so beautiful.
It's a beautiful sunrise.
Let's get going. Lavender cucumber? That sounds interesting.
Oh.
With real lavender extract.
Oh.
No, our apologies. We're temporarily out. All right. Yeah, looks like we're going to another Publix. Let's get going. Well, we have a problem. You may have guessed, because I'm not carrying 5 bags on my arms.
I knew this location, unfortunately. You had idea. So I just went to ours.
Yep. So that is what we are going to do next. Spin. Let's get going. All right, now it is 7:09. You know what the funniest part is? Here this cute girl is. Come on.
I hope we don't have to change our dinner plans.
Oh my God, is there a chicken shortage?
Maybe.
Is there a shortage of chicken quarter legs?
Honestly, that place was really empty in all the meat. Like, any meat possible. It was short on everything.
Yeah. Now we get to go to the other Publix for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the title of this video.
I don't think they stocked yet.
Ryan and Tiffany's quest for the chicken quarter legs. Will they find it?
Right. You're not titling that.
Our quest for chicken.
Oh my God, please don't title it that.
Oh, and by the way, William is hopefully gonna do okay. We will see.
Well, I did repot it.
Yeah, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, William is our plant. And she thinks I named it William because it sounds familiar to Wilson
No.
from Castaway.
I thought you did.
No, I just came up with it just for the heck of it.
Oh.
But let's get going. Let's go our Publix number 2. Hopefully, we don't have to go to a third. If we do, that would have to be either Summerport or down 545. There's another Publix, but that's
that's like all the way down 545.
That I think is farther than Summerport, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, if that's the case, if they don't have it here, I'm not going to a third freaking Publix like that.
We're just gonna change our dinner plans if they don't have it.
You know what I wonder? I'm not trying to be dumb, okay?
It's so sticky out.
Even though it might sound like it. What sausage in a crock pot with some onions and peppers be like?
It's not bad. It's just, I guess it depends on what you're doing with it.
Like, could you get like a baseball stadium feel?
No.
Because don't they just steam their sausages with onions and peppers too?
Crock pot cooks food differently from steaming.
Okay. See, this is why I rely on my beautiful girl. Okay, she would tell me what could work and what's just plain stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
and stupid is as stupid does.
I do have a steamer though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just bought one recently.
Okay.
Wasn't even that horribly expensive. Because I got it at Marshall's.
You remember also when we bought that freaking, what is it, a 4-tower or 3-tower?
Yeah, we still have that. That thing is huge and it doesn't fit on our stove.
I thought it was just plain too heavy for the stove.
No, surprisingly it's not.
Okay.
At least, sometimes I don't even want to find out because once you add water to it, it does
Okay,
get
but
heavy.
here's the thing, you haven't used it on the new stovetop.
No, I haven't. I just worry about the glass.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do.
We don't want to have to owe the rental company for that.
So I could technically put a sausage on there with some carrots and potatoes and stuff and steam cook it that way.
Okay.
If I have to.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's hope they have our chicken quarter legs. What's funny is I didn't even see the regular chicken little drumsticks at all there. Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't see hardly anything. Just chicken breast and what was the other one?
Chicken thighs?
Yeah, I think it was chicken thighs.
Yeah, the little cut ones.
Yeah. That was it.
Let's go ahead, let's get into our other Publix and let's see what we can do.
Oh God, that smells!
Wasn't me.
God. air. You cannot get fresh air down here at all. It's just,
No,
it just
you
does
cannot.
not exist. If you're used to that nice northern mountain air and you come down here, yeah, you're not going to be able to breathe.
Publix at West Point Commons. You know what's really crazy? I still remember when this was all being just built brand new. God, I am old.
We've just been down here too long. In the same location.
All right, here we are, Publix number 2. Let's hope for the best. We have success. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go get the veggies for it now. And the starch. How many do we need?
1.
Okay.
That's plenty enough for us.
Yeah.
Finger size.
Get the finger.
You want these ones? I think this one
Yeah.
might actually work better for her. Okay, never mind. These are good too, but
All right, finger size done. Buy one, get one free on Sunset Street tomatoes. What do you think?
yeah, these look great.
All right, done. And baby carrots for my baby. All right, here we go. Hawaiian sweet rolls to go with the meal. All right, Tiffany thinks this will be enough.
Yes, this is plenty enough.
All right, let's go with this size.
Campfire.
Okay.
Supposed to bring a campfire taste to your food, I guess.
All right, let's go and get that. All right, $30 fits on one hand. I love how you hold the receipt so well. She really is the best girl. And she's so proud of herself for holding the receipt.
Did you stop it? Hi. There we go.
Why aren't you driving home? All right, I tell you what, you have a choice. You drive home or pour over coffee when we get home with Cheerios.
Coffee. I was gonna have to anyway when I got home.
Yes. Score.
I don't feel like setting up the car. It literally takes like almost 15 minutes for me to set up the car just so I could drive it.
So what? What do we have to do?
We have food in the trunk.
So?
Stuff that needs to go in the refrigerator.
What am I gonna do with you?
I don't know.
Kiss you, hug you, hold you, love
I
on
don't
you.
have to keep setting up the freaking seats and the mirrors and everything else
Listen.
every single time I drove. I'd probably do it
Over
more
the course
often.
of 6-7 years by now, you would kill the motor in this seat.
I know.
Okay, that's a new one on me. No, the truck was backing out of the space and I thought he was coming down like proper. No, he just went right into the main stretch.
Okay.
You know, I am happy about one thing with this meal. Do you know what that is? We only had to go to 2 Publixes, not 3.
Yes. This Publix had everything we need. We typically do.
And now you're gonna
Right.
ask, why did you go to the other Publix? Because I wanted to. And because we had extra time. I was like, maybe they'll have it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Publix.
I don't know. But you know what
Some
I do
of them
know?
are just not doing well right now.
You know what I do know?
Mm.
That I'm gonna have a wonderful meal cooked by a wonderful girl. You're so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's go ahead, let's get home, and let's have some beautiful coffee And then we can relax. And then figure out what else we want to accomplish. Right?
Yes.
I still love that one. And the guy's got like 2 of them. These Nissan Staggers. They are so beautiful.
Rachel, whoever stole
Nearly
that,
3,000 switches.
Switch 2S's are in high demand and are highly expensive. The retail cost of what they stole hits $1.4 million, and tracking them down may not be easy.
Then again, it's not all that surprising to be honest. Because I'd say ever since about 2018, and I still remember to this day, that I actually, unfortunately, lost a friend over this issue. That there was a lot of looting that happened at that point. There was a lot of crimes against businesses, such as arson and all kinds of stuff. And the whole thing from his standpoint was, well, they have insurance. And mine was that the act of the crime was wrong. That there was no gray line because of insurance on the business or on the product. It's just wrong. But here's the thing, and Cash Jordan, he's pointed out too many times over, and so is other people that cover California. Cash Jordan, he primarily covers New York City. That over in California, if you go ahead and you do some theft, and you make sure that it's under a certain dollar value, you're going home. You're not going to jail. Now what's funny, and I love this, is when those same people come to Polk County and meet Sheriff Grady Judd, one of the funniest freaking sheriffs in the entire nation. He points it out. It doesn't matter if you go and you steal a pair of shoes or if you steal a TV. You're going to jail. And they've been locking people up down in Florida for all sorts of theft crimes. And in fact, the videos have been on the rise. Hopefully, these 3,000 Nintendo Switch consoles are not going to be actually bought by innocent parents thinking that it's their last ditch effort, because Nintendo could in fact shut those down and brick them. So here's the thing, okay? Whenever a product is put onto a shipment like this, it tracks the serial number of the item. Nintendo can go into their online system and blacklist those serial numbers, and basically once it tries to connect to the internet, bricks it like that. The same thing is being done if you use what's called a Make-2 switch, which basically is a little cartridge that you put an SD card into, a micro one, and you load it up with all your Switch game ROMs, that kind of stuff. Well, it bricks your system as well, and it makes it that you can no longer play it online. The account is still intact. So yeah, you can go and you can buy a new Switch too, put your account on that one, but then sell that one at a pawn shop, and an unsuspecting person is going to have a bad Switch 2 now that they're going to have to try to return to the pawn shop. It's going to be a crazy time with the Switch 2, I'll tell you that. You know, yesterday at Lowe's, we were just talking about that too. Not the Tiffany, but the bike. We're going to have to go ahead and do something with that, because I like the dumbbells up here, but that bike, the centerpiece there, is so ridiculously heavy. And trying to get that downstairs.
Now we have to take it apart.
No, just that centerpiece.
I know, that's what I said. It's the only way to actually move that centerpiece.
Yeah, but that centerpiece alone is really heavy.
Freaking, I'd say 200 pounds, just about.
And yeah, I moved a 100-pound mattress by myself, but still.
It's probably 100 pounds. It probably is, but still.
I love how you make the coffee. It's so good when you do it. You're the best Keurig ever.
Oh my goodness.
Choices. Time to decide which Cheerio box do we first open.
Yeah. Nah, it fell over.
You know what? I pick you. Hearty Nut Medley Maple Cinnamon. Besides, they'll pair with coffee anyway.
Yeah.
You've heard sandwich cutie. Here's the coffee cutie. Thank you. Oh, Tiffany's coffee is so freaking good. It's unbelievable. And by the way, yes, there actually is a YouTube channel, Sandwich Cutie. And it's of a girl who makes amazing sandwiches.
I know. Some of her recipes look so good. They really do.
Yeah, this girl here makes amazing sandwiches. And she's been doing it for quite some time, actually, as well.
I know. Actually, quite a long time.
Oh my god, that kimchi looks so good.
I wish I had one of those sandwich press things.
Oh man.
That is neat. Oh,
That friggin' looks awesome.
I know. Kimchi bacon melt sounds good.
That with some house-made chips, it looks like restaurant quality. Now, the nice thing is, okay,
Give credit where due. It does look
we have a Tiffany model 1987. And this girl, she can do some good stuff too. And sometime, I'm gonna have to get you guys to see her cooking. Because she does really good work.
You've only seen a few things of mine.
Exactly. But those few things are really good.
Yeah, they were.
You know what I do miss? We used to make the chicken salad sandwiches for us. With the American cheese and then we'd grill it.
I know. I haven't done that in a while.
Like I said, this girl here, she surprises me all the time with such good stuff. And it always amazes me. It makes me happy too.
I just wish I had a grill like that, though. That was cool. The flat top thing that they had. That was cool. I don't know what it was.
It's a Blackstone.
I don't know. Blackstone's like a big one. That one was just a tiny little one on the side.
I think they make them in different sizes from the Blackstone brand.
Maybe. They probably do. It did look like a Blackstone, though.
Alright, let's go ahead. And let's have some Cheerios. You ready?
Yep. Yes. You see nothing.
You know what?
I'm going. Will you stop?
We have this cool Eero app where we can go ahead and shut it off just to her.
You're such a pain in the butt. Actually, I need to get me some.
Am I mean?
I'll do it in that. I'm excited.
So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go ahead while she's vacuuming. And before she does that, I'm going to move my chair out. I'm going to help her move the other stuff. And then, while she does that, I'm going to go ahead and shave. But first, we got to get all the stuff cleared off of the floor, so that way she can do what she needs to. It's always best to help her when we can.
Yes.
A happy Tiffany is a good Tiffany. A sad Tiffany. Yeah, that just doesn't exist. We don't want that. Okay, hang on.
I unplugged this by accident. I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay.
What does this go to?
There you go. Okay, first of all, what you need to do... Oh, you know what? No, this goes to your desk.
It does?
Yeah. Look, there's the rest of the cord.
Why is it so bloody... It's so tangled up. Hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta unplug this.
That's what it is.
Okay, this one goes...
That's your Mac Mini.
Yeah,
that
that
much
was
I
the
know.
Mac
Oh,
Mini.
God. You're supposed to shut it down properly.
I know. I hope it'll be okay.
Shame.
Wrong one.
Oh, and yes, I did shave.
Well, that messed that up. So you're saying the desk one's plugged into this?
Yeah.
Is there a way to get that to plug into here?
It looks like you got a spot right there. What exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to get rid of this down here?
Yeah.
The only thing that you may have a hard time with is this right here.
It's to the light. I don't need this one.
Because how far up it would have to go if you raise your desk up. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, then I might be able to just move it over here for that. Is there a way to get that back over here? Here.
There you go. Here, keep pulling and we can just cleanly pull it through.
Well, I'm trying to plug it in. There.
There you go. And now your actual brick.
Oh, hold on. I wish I had something to tie this.
Okay, family. What is black and is plastic?
I don't have the ties though.
You know what? Let's go ahead and help her and let's go and get him.
Where's that rag? Can I have it behind you? Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Just a lot of dust everywhere.
See, that's the funny part about a Tiffany project. It starts with just vacuum cleaning, then turns into mopping the walls to get all the dust off, then it turns into rearranging the desk, then that turns into rearranging a cable layout, and we still haven't vacuumed the floor.
Yes, I know. I need to get to that. Wait, what plug did you unplug back here?
Your lightning cable, I think it was. For your mouse and your keyboard to be able to connect it up and pair it.
Alright.
Eventually, we're going to get there. Just not yet.
Crowded places,
Alright, I gotta admit, I love this cute girl. Now, what were you just saying about the bike? How could you buy a better one? This one has everything.
So
It has a tablet holder.
You can't
It has
even
a
use that
computerized
anymore.
screen to go ahead and see all your stats.
It's not supposed
It has silent magnetic resistance levels. It has up to 24 resistance levels. It has auxiliary in. It has Bluetooth connectivity for your phone and a speaker right here. And not to mention, it's paid for. So how could you get better than that?
Convenient size like mine?
Come here.
I'm speechless.
Not everything has to be tiny like you.
Mm-hmm.
So, why should I spend $120 to replace a bicycle from one that I don't use already
Because
that
it's
often?
falling apart. actually don't use it, so it's convenient to have one that can be put away in a corner when you do use it.
She's right. She's right. I gotta admit. She's right. Hang on. I gotta go ahead and put her away in the closet now because I'm not using it.
Alright.
You didn't think that one through, did you? I can always make a comeback with you.
I'm just not even bothered.
Alright, so here's the deal. A couple days ago, we were trying to do a live stream from up here and using The Sims yesterday, and before that, using the other system, using the PlayStation. And when I had the PlayStation on this screen over here on the left, it was fine because the computer on the right was the right monitor. Now when I want the PC game over here, and I want my chat over here on the left, it's not working. So I'm trying to get the dock reset. I'm trying to also reset the Mac Mini. Just trying to figure it all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The old simple idea of unplugging the Mac Mini and then booting it back up after holding down the power button for a little bit. Hopefully that works. Okay, so the right monitor is detected just fine. We go to system settings. We go to displays, and if you notice, only one monitor is detected. And yeah, I could punch this up to 144 Hertz because that's what this monitor is. But I was thinking if I downscale it to 60 Hertz, maybe I can kick on this one here. And display port, nothing. Okay, so I actually have two ways to go about this. One, I can go DisplayPort cable from the dock to the monitor DisplayPort, or I can go Thunderbolt right here to the monitor of HDMI or DisplayPort. I don't think I want to do that because if I want to go ahead and let's just say one day not use the Mac Mini, just straight up use one device and be done, then I could if I just use the docking method. Choices. They can be difficult and quite a pain. But one thing I know for sure, I don't have a DisplayPort cable. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and order one of the right size. Okay, side note, I swear, the next solicitor that calls, okay? The next person that says about car warranty or anything else, or we want to offer you a home line of credit for a house that I don't even own, I am going to play the freaking monorail or the tram spiel in Spanish for them. I'm going to do that the next time that one of them calls. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious to record that. That'd be awesome too.
She left early. Alright, let's go.
Would you say we're late?
Yes, she left early.
Would you say 104 degrees is hot?
Oh my god, I can't fucking breathe.
Language! Body language!
Coming from inside the house out here,
It's what? Finish your
people
sentence.
who have asthma, this is very hard.
And then you just ran
Yeah.
that short little burst.
Almost thought I had to get my inhaler instead.
Did you even have it with?
No.
Ooh. Did you have a good day in school?
Yeah.
Did you have a lot of fun? It all started when I was just a little boy.
Better?
You're just trying to silence me. You're so nice.
These are so good.
Okay, look at this cable here. How is it a lower carbon option versus just getting tomorrow? I don't get that. I really don't. And by the way, underneath all those blankets right now is a hidden mummy. Yeah, Tiff is taking a nap right now. It's like 1:34. She so deserves it. After all she's done today. Such an amazing girl. I don't know how she does it. This like there was so much junk on her head. I couldn't do that. Alright, let's go ahead and have our second cup of coffee for the day. Because we need it after all. Come on. There we go. Ultra's black silk isn't getting better. I love this stuff. This is so ridiculous. Right now, we are installing Windows XP Pro on a freaking iPad Pro. How crazy is that? This is so cool. Yeah, I did this because I just want to play with it and just have a nostalgia for it. Let's let it finish and then we'll keep going. Oh my gosh, it's alive. It worked. That is so awesome. And look, she's still sleeping. So cute. I love that adorable girl so much. Hey Siri, turn on the lights in Ryan's room. Yes, Tiffany is now awake. It's 2:56. And our Windows XP is still installing. Now, let me tell you guys a little funny story, okay? That I remember from the old days. So, way back in the old days, okay? You used to have to go ahead and either install these operating systems with CD-ROMs, or you had to go ahead and use floppy disk. Now, for all you kids out there, okay, I want you to go ahead and cover your ears for a minute. And I'll tell your parents something about floppy disk. One time, back in school, in middle school, I still remember this. I had a kid who was kind of a bully to me. So what I did to get him back is I took a magnet to his homework floppy disk and it erased all of his project. Yeah. I couldn't really fight too well back then, so come back another way. Alright kids, now you can take your hands off your ears. Even though you can't do that to anybody now, so it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, So back in the day, also, I was working on somebody's computer, and I want to say this was about 2009, 2008. I got the ISO download. I went ahead, burned it over to a CD-ROM. I was so excited. I was ready to go ahead and get this lady's computer finished. Because back then, I was just working on people's computers on the side, just for the heck of it. And I got to almost the end of that first blue screen that you guys saw. And then it gave Hive sys error. And lo and behold, I pop open the CD-ROM drive, look at the CD-ROM, and there's a very, very faint scratch on it. And that made it unreadable. I was like, oh my gosh, now I gotta reburn the whole thing. And back then, you gotta remember, CD-ROMs, they weren't cheap to go ahead and burn. It wasn't like later on where you can get a pack of like 50 for a couple bucks. No, they weren't exactly cheap for the rewritable and for the writable ones. But yeah, that really started my whole time with Windows XP. In fact, it even started way back in 2003. Yeah. And the reason I know that, so back then, prior to it, with Windows 2000 and Windows 98 and all the others, Windows ME, you could go ahead, just pull up a CD key, and bam, you could go ahead and do it. Now with Windows XP, it introduced something new, and that is called activation. And it's something that still exists in Windows till today, where you have to go ahead, activate, and it sends over a hardware report about your actual device. It gets your CPU, model, all that stuff, your motherboard. But back then, you can only activate your key twice, and if you used it on more than one, you had to go ahead and call into Microsoft, talk to somebody over in India, and they were really cool, and I had lots of great time talking with them back then. And that's what you had to do, and then they would have to read off a product key number to you that you had to put in. But that was way back in the day. Gosh. But yeah, so right now we are still chugging along and still installing our copy of Windows XP. It feels like the old days. But don't worry, it'll be done soon. I hope. And then we can game. We could play Duke Nukem, pinball. What? The zombie has awoken.
Yeah. Tell you that. Head's killing me too.
I know.
That and my back is too.
My sweet poor baby.
Yeah. I gotta go check.
Let me see. Tell you what, since you're not doing well, I'm sure everybody would understand.
Sick.
Do you want me to move Lego night to tomorrow? And we can do the Lego stream tomorrow when you're better?
I'm starting to think so.
Look, it's okay.
No, I know.
You're not doing well. I don't want to put you under more emotional and mental stress. And there's nothing stressing like trying to figure out a tiny little piece of a puzzle that annoys you.
I don't think I can focus, honestly.
One of the things that's always intrigued me, ever since I was a little boy, was the possibilities of technology. I started out with computers way back on the DOS prompt IBMs, and also when it came to the Apple IIs. And then later on the Macintoshes. And when I saw a Macintosh for the first time in the 90s, when I went to Lakeview Middle School, I thought it was amazing. Yeah, it was grayscale, it was black and white, but at the same time, it was so freaking cool. And then later, we got the color version, and to be able to see a web page from another computer, from another server, that would slowly go ahead and layer and layer and layer, come down onto your computer screen, and you could see an image. I thought that was remarkable, because before that, you had to wait for your newspaper to go ahead and print up an article about anything, but now you could just see it like an hour or two after it happened, that it could be on your screen. I thought that was so revolutionary and so cool. And then I remember after that, later in life, when the PDA came out and could connect up, and you could prefetch and download articles and ebooks and do all sorts of different things on them. That was cool. And then finally, I saved up, and what I did was I put a PlayStation 3 on layaway at Kmart. And I was working in Taco Bell at the time, which was right in front on the side of it. And it's the Taco Bell I showed you a couple times. Well, anyway, I went over, I paid off my PlayStation 3 with the MotorStorm bundle, and I thought, man, this is a cool game system. Well, there was only one problem. There were no games that came out yet for it. Everything was still for the PS2. So you know what I did? And I still remember it. I took back that PlayStation 3. And I went ahead and bought a compact Presario laptop. Yeah, compact. It was way back in that time frame. And I was so excited with it. And so happy. So I ended up being able to start up a lot of different eBay stuff on that and all kinds of stuff. And after a while, eventually, I even passed it down to Tiffany and let her have it. And she was happy and excited with it. And lo and behold, that little sucker lasted us and gave us more happiness than the PS3 did. And later on, yeah, I went ahead and I bought another PS3 after a lot more games came out. And then I thought, okay, well, it's pretty cool. And how that the whole internet was built right into it. Had a web browser, you could go and install Linux to it. And then they took that away, which really sucked. But also I remember that I actually bought originally, and the second time, the wrong PlayStation 3. We were all stupid. Every one of us. Because everyone thought, oh man, get the 80 gig model. That way you got the biggest hard drive. Well, lo and behold, you should have actually gotten the 20 gig model with the smaller hard drive. So that way you could go ahead and play your PS2 games natively. Yeah. Alright, that's an old history lesson for computing. We are still waiting for Windows XP to install here. But I think it is snack time. I'm hungry.
No.
Take one last look.
I'll go get another one.
Thank you. I shared my coffee with you.
Uh-huh.
Though it was pretty lukewarm and old.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Thanks for the ice cream.
Yep.
Now, for anybody that is wondering, why did you just go ahead and take her ice cream? Well, the reason why is because she was standing behind the camera enjoying and licking her little ice cream while I was talking and trying to distract me from it. Oh my god, it is 5:21. Setup will complete in approximately 1 minute, removing any temporary files used. Oh my god. We're almost able to use the most dependable Windows for business computing ever. I can't believe it. We're almost there. Baby, I almost get to use my new computer!
How the heck did you get this on a tablet? Isn't that a tablet?
Yes. Well, yes, the iPad is a tablet. So the iPad has the M4 chip in it, which is not the same as the older iPads. It's the same processor, basically, that's in everything else, including the MacBook Pro, the Mac Mini, even your Mac Mini. It's the same.
Is that my old tablet?
No. No, your old tablet we just gave over to Best Buy, remember?
Oh. Where'd that one come
From
from?
Verizon.
Oh.
Don't you remember?
Oh, a while back, yeah.
How much more could I get away with a girl that has bad memory?
A lot.
I love her though. She is so cute. She's one of a kind. And so sweet. I just don't understand how you do it.
What?
Slept with all those pillows over your head. I would have had crushing nightmares.
They weren't actually on me, Ryan.
Oh my god! We're rebooting! We have a mouse cursor. I gotta admit, that OLED, it really separates the colors nicely. Oh, look, the classic hourglass. Please wait. To improve the appearance of visual elements, Windows will automatically adjust. Cool. Oh my god, I am so excited to finally get this going. Oh my gosh. Please wait. Yeah, I can still move the mouse. Do you know what the funny thing is? With the way the iPad is situated like this, you would not believe it was an actual iPad. You would think it's just a modern small laptop. They did that freaking good machining the aluminum when it came to this. It's unbelievable. You know what the funniest part is? I still remember back in the day you had to spend hours after installing Windows trying to get all your freaking drivers to also install. God, that took forever. And in case you don't know what a driver is, Basically, it's a piece of software that basically tells the computer, the operating system, what is actually attached to the computer, like a printer, a mouse, a keyboard, that kind of stuff. It was also mostly used for updating when it came to like graphics cards and sound cards, which was the most annoying, especially network cards, because some Windows did not detect all of the network cards. So if that happened, you didn't have internet to go ahead and do the startup on a lot of your stuff that you wanted. And now we wait. We wait. Take a look. Oh my gosh, that animation there is so freaking slow. And I know why. So basically, even though it's an emulator of an operating system, it does not have direct access to the full power of the hardware. That's the downside. But still, this is pretty freaking cool. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just reboot. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go ahead and continue fixing this computer and go ahead and working at it. Either way, this is a fun little experiment. It's not to be taken seriously. It's not to actually do real legitimate work on. It's just meant to go ahead and have a little fun. Because really, that's what this is. It's just a fun little project. And I like doing fun little projects like that and pushing the boundaries of what you can do. It's awesome like that. Okay, it is now 6:46 and it's time to go ahead and end the day. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun playing around with the fake Windows XP on the iPad, and unfortunately it's still not working. We'll see overnight how it goes, because I really want to see it working. That'd be really cool. But I would also love to see a retro Macintosh as well. That'd be really awesome. Man, that'd be cool to go back to Netscape Navigator. But you know what? It is time to go and end the day. Thank you so much for watching today. Honestly, today has been great. We had an amazing meal. Got to give Tiffany a little bit of break time, as you saw. And we got to go and just relax a little. And just have a little fun. But I hope you have a good night. And thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
But I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side.